This is the way I pray in my home. Lord, this is the way I pray in my home. In my home, Lord. This is the way I pray in my home. In my home, Lord. This is the way I pray in my home. I pray just like this. Lord, have mercy. I pray just like this in my home. In my home, Lord. I pray just like this. Lord, have mercy. This is the way I pray in my home.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to COR's Black History Month production of Journey to Freedom, Part 1 of Becoming Sojourner, the original musical I wrote honoring the exceptional life of Sojourner Truth, the tumultuous times she lived through, her struggles, her pain, and her triumphs. Please turn off your cameras and mute yourselves so everyone will be able to hear the actors. This is a true story. Racial strife is nothing new to this country, but as long as it has existed, there have also been people who fought for freedom and equality. You will meet some of them in this story.
Many years have passed since her fame was known. I think I heard her name before, but most of her story was a surprise to me.
Me too. I don't think I ever heard of her.
Her story is full of surprises.
Who is this woman? Who is this woman? Who is this woman? Who is this woman?
She went to the White House and shook hands with President Abraham Lincoln, Johnson, and Grant.
Who is this woman? Who is this woman? Who is this woman? Who is this woman?
She refused to give up her seat on the trolley and got the cars desegregated.
Just like Rosa Parks.
But 100 years earlier.
Who is this woman? Who is this woman? Who is this woman? Who is this woman?
She had a bill drawn up in Congress before women were even allowed to vote.
Who is this woman? Who is this woman? Who is this woman? Who is this woman?
Then the whole audience melted into tears by her touching stories. Many were the lessons of wisdom and faith I have delighted to learn from her.
Who is this woman? Who is this woman? Who is this woman? Who is this woman?
Accused of poisoning a holy man with witchcraft?
Who is this woman? Who is this woman? Who is this woman? Who is this woman? Who took a respected white citizen to court for selling her son and won the case. Who is this woman? Who is this woman? Who is this woman? Who is this woman?
Paid off mortgages on 2 houses with proceeds from a book, though she never learned to write her name.
Who is this woman? Who is this woman? Who is this woman? Who is this woman?
Her life began in a cellar in Ulster, New York, where she was born as a slave.
I thought there weren't any slaves in New York.
Well, ain't I a woman? Well, I was one of thousands born slaves in New York, end of the 18th century. Nobody wrote down when exactly. No writing people cared. If you care, better turn them cameras off and mute them. Don't need nobody talking over me. I'm going to show you place where I was born. Sell off the great house, that's where all them slaves live. Ain't no light here, no heater, no internet, no TV, no books, no games. We ain't even had no fridge here in Ulster County, New York, 1804. We speak only Dutch. But through the magic of Zoom, I can make them speak English just for you. But I can't do anything about that smell. That ooze coming through that floorboards, that's always there. You roll off that wooden pallet in your sleep, you gonna splash in that muck. It smells awful. But it ain't like we can move. Where you put is where you stay. Yeah, there's about 40 of us in here in this room. I don't remember how many exactly. I left it many years ago. Most of the faces in this room are blurred. It's cold at night. We sleep on straw. The blankets have holes, but I feel warm cuddled up with Mama and Papa. I love my Mama and Papa more than anything on this earth. You see that little boy? That little boy right there? That's my little brother, Peter. And that little girl there, well, that's me. It's hard to sleep at night sometimes because it's so cold. Yeah. And also because I hear my mama crying. Yeah. She cries a lot.
Mama Bet, why are you so sad?
I'm worried about your brothers and sisters. I miss them.
Where are they?
I don't know.
Why don't you know?
They were sold.
Why?
Well, that's the way Master wanted it.
Why?
Stop asking me questions. You get whipped for asking questions like that. You want to get whipped?
No.
He took my babies and sold them. Only the white folks get to watch their children grow up. That's what happened to us here. We get whipped and beat, and the children sold away. That's how life works here. Asking questions is only going to get you in trouble. Here, you're property. You got to be loyal, obedient, and honest. Or you get whipped, like that man did.
Mama points to a groaning man shivering and shaking in the corner, his blood soaked through the straw.
Promise me, Bella, you will always be loyal, obedient, and honest. That's how you stay away from that kind of pain. I hate seeing people get whipped. Be a good girl. Loyalty, honesty, obedience, humility.
Loyalty, honesty, obedience, humility.
Remember these things and remember me.
Remember these things, I'll remember you.
Mama and bomb free. Isabella's your name. Peter, baby brother.
Isabella's my name, Peter, baby brother, Mama and Bumpy, that's my family.
Well, not quite. Well, there's also Michael, Nancy, James, Sophia, Stephen, Marilyn, Natalie, Joseph, Benjamin, Isabel. You ask why I cry? I cry for Michael, Nancy, James, Sophia, Stephen, Marilyn, Natalie and Joseph, Benjamin, Isabel.
Me? Why me, Mama? I'm here. I'm right here.
But will you stay?
Of course I'll stay. Where would I go?
I don't know. But you'll go. You'll go like the rest. One day you'll be gone too.
Why, Mama?
One day you'll be taken, sold to another like the rest. Like Joseph, Michael, Nancy, James, Sophia, Stephen, and Marilyn, and Natalie. And slavery's evil. You'll find out. God alone can be your comfort. He'll be with you when I'm not. Now pay attention, girl. I need you to remember this. Loyalty, honesty, obedience, humility. Loyalty, honesty, obedience, humility. Remember these things and remember me. Loyalty, honesty, obedience, humility. Do the best you can to avoid the whip. Loyalty, honesty, obedience, humility. That's all I know to help you stay safe. That and this. Up there in the sky lives your Heavenly Father. Now He sees all, and if you're mistreated, He will avenge. You speak to Him like this. Uns vader die Hemlen zingt und onwards gehagid.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to translate, but I miss my mama's voice. She's teaching me the Lord's Prayer in Dutch.
Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who do trespass against us.
Lead ons niet in worging, maar volos, und van het kade.
And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is kingdom, power, and glory, always and forever. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Mama was right. Less than a year later, 1806, Here I am, standing alone on the auction block. What you got your cameras off for? You think I can't see? Think I can't feel all them eyes on me, staring at me, judging me? Them strangers been poking me. They got me up here on this block, right by the sheep and cows. All this property up for sale. Mama told me it would happen, but I didn't know it would be like this, all alone.
Next lot in the property of Charles Hardenberg, the slave girl known as Isabella.
I remember that day like it was yesterday. I was trying not to cry. I kept thinking of all the things Mama had taught me to survive. I prayed like she taught me.
Are you there? I'm all alone. He turns, then so can you hear me? Will you help me? Don't want to go. Take me to Mom. Mama needs me. She's crying for her children lost. Don't lose me too, I beg of you. She taught me that you're everywhere, and you will hear. Remember me. Remember Michael, Nancy, Sophia, Peter, and Belle. We need you, Lord. Remember Bumpy and Mama. I recall what she taught me. Loyalty, honesty, obedience, humility. Remember these things, I'll remember you. Loyalty, honesty, obedience, humility. Do the best you can, avoid the whip. Don't let them sell me, I don't want to go. Don't let them sell me, I don't want to go. Don't let them sell me, I don't want to go.
I know she's not much to look at, but she's a fair worker. She's 8 and 9 or 6, maybe 7. No takers for 200? 100? Anyone? I'll throw in a sheep. Somebody out there needs a hard worker and some wool.
We'll take it. Come here, gal. You're our property now.
I tried to follow Mama's advice. I tried. I didn't understand. Miss Neely and me didn't speak the same language. If they sent me for a frying pan, not knowing I guessed a ladle, they gave me plenty to eat. But it always felt I got more whoopings than food. And it was terribly, terribly cold. During the winter, my feet froze badly. And I had no shoes. Then that terrible day came. Well, I suppose you seen this scar on my back. It covered my whole back. I'm going to tell you how it got there. It was Mr. Neely who gave it. I don't remember why. Like I say, I make mistakes always. So this day he sent me out. I see him with the bundle of rods prepared in the embers and bound together with cords. I didn't know what to expect, so I just hold out my hands like it showed me. And then he tied my hands together. He whipped me till the blood poured from my broken back. Neely's was the place of whippings.
Dear Lord on high, are you out there? I'm waiting here. This is my prayer. My body burns, he beat me bad. Don't understand why they so cruel. Can you help me? I'm just a girl. I miss my folks, I tried my best. Ain't good enough, what can I do? I wish my pom-pom free could help. You'll bring him, Lord, get me away. I don't mind work, I'm strong, I'm smart, I'm capable, not perfect, but I'll try my best if you provide a kind master. Do they exist? A hopeless prayer. I'm helpless now. Please do help me. Loyalty, honesty, obedience, humility. You promised me they'd help me. Help me.
Ella!
Help me. Help me.
Mama was right. That mighty, powerful, invisible God up there came to my rescue. That very night, you sent my father to me. Then I knew you heard my prayers. You answered my prayer. I never saw Mama alive again, but I kept what she taught me locked in here. Everything I ever needed to know, I learned from Mama. My next master, Shriver, gave me many jobs, but they ain't whipped me. I learned some English, mostly cuss words, but about a year later, I was sold again. Master John Dumont's was the fourth place I lived. By then, I'd grown tall and strong. I reckon I was about 12 or 13 when I showed up there. Year was 1810. This was Master John Dumont. That's his wife, Sally. You see that big house there is where they live, with this porch and all them windows up high. You see all them fields all that way, across that way? That's where I worked. Yeah. There in that house, I also raised up their kids. Master John Dumont was, to me, almost like God. Yeah, he seemed to know everything. I kept myself safe with Mama's lessons, kept them churning in my mind. Loyalty, honesty, obedience, humility. Here I am in 1810, taller, stronger, and ready to work. When I worked hard, he was pleased. That work made me work harder till I got afraid to sleep. I wanted he should see me always working. That made Dumont like me. And all the other slaves hate me.
What you doing, Belle?
Master Dumont want his seed planted before next storm.
That won't be for days. Go to bed.
I can do it now.
Who you trying to please, white folks, nigga? What's breaking your back gonna get you? Just make more work for the rest of us. Go to bed.
Not yet. I'm gonna finish my work first. I ain't let that negativity stop me. I had enough being whipped. I don't want to be whipped ever again. I work all night, and in the morning, Master Dumont find me still working.
Whoa! Look at that. Hey, who's out there?
Almost done, Master Dumont.
You've been working all night?
Yes, sir, Master Dumont. You said you want that seed planted. Now, almost done.
Thomas and Tasha helped you?
No, sir. I did it all myself.
Gracious. That gal is strong as a mule.
You want me to cook the breakfast now or put it in the fertilizer first?
Ain't you tired, Belle?
No, sir, not yet. My mama taught me to be a hard worker. I keep going. I'm strong.
You certainly are. Well, milk the cows, then get breakfast started. I'm sure you must be hungry.
Okay, I'm gonna go see after them cows.
That wench is better to me than a man. She does good washing in the night and stands ready in the morning for the fields, where she do as much raking and binding as my best hands.
White folks nigga making the rest of us look bad. How's she been working all night? Not slept or eaten anything.
Can't stand that girl. Thinks she's better than everybody else.
Did you hear her confessing to Dumont the other day? She told him about how you was slacking off. She be telling him everything about everybody. Don't never talk to her. Don't even look at her. She nothing but trouble.
Bill, you better watch yourself. You don't need to be telling that man everything.
Oh, yes, I do. Mama always taught loyalty, honesty, obedience, humility, hard work. That kept me safe. I got to do my best. I ain't got no one looking out for me now. Both my parents dead. Last time I felt troubled, I called on my dad. He gone now, so I got to stay out of trouble myself. Master Dumont got to like me.
Ain't nobody else ever going to like you if you keep telling her being a tattler.
Nothing wrong with being honest and working hard. I aim to be the strongest, most honest person I can be. I'm not there yet. I got to confess my mistakes before we find out. He know everything you know.
No, he don't. He's just a man. He gets tired and he sleeps. Why don't you go to sleep?
I can't sleep. I want him to be happy with me. I need him to be happy with me. Can't sleep full till all the work is done.
All the work ain't never going to be done. You're just going to wear yourself out faster.
I don't wear out. I'm strong. I got to go shear the sheep. Thought I was safe in those days. Trying to stay always 2 steps ahead of the beatings. I worked constantly. I lived for his praise. Got plenty to eat there. I grew taller and stronger. And more womanish, too. And every year, there came Pinkster. Our celebrations with singing and dancing and the African King. Pinkster make the heart feel good, beat strong. One time at Pinkster, there was a man, a wondrous man, a beautiful, strong man. Oh, what can I say? He was a young man that swept me off my feet, literally. Watching him, I felt all these different kind of feelings that I'd never felt before. All the people at Dumont still hate people, so I ain't had no one to talk to about these strange new feelings. Only that great invisible God. I make me a special place where I can talk to him under that open canopy of heaven. I used to take the sheep to a small island in a lovely stream covered with large willows. There was shade there. And under the tiny falls of the silver waters, I felt I could pray aloud and not worry about who could really hear me. So wherever I felt worried, I would go there. And I weaved some branches together to make me a little wall. So I had a little circle to share my thoughts with God. It was a beautiful place. I miss it. I do. Anyhow, back to Robert. That's that handsome man I met at Kingston. He stayed on my mind. And I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to do about it. So I prayed. I poured my heart out to that great invisible God. Dear Lord on high, are you out there? I'm waiting here. I feel so. We met last night. He touched my hand. He came to me. He gave his name. It's Robert C. He'll come next week. Guidance I need. I feel so strange. He touched my hand. I feel so strange. No friend but Can this be guidance I need? I come to you, you don't reply. Can I ask why I waste my breath? You aren't there. Forgive me, Ma, I need your help. What can I say? I cannot think. Talking don't help. You don't reply. Are you still there and you don't care? I need your help. Well, thanks for listening anyway. I guess it helps to talk a little, whether you reply or not. I gotta get my mind straight. I wish you could talk to me. Them people think I'm crazy. You've been my only friend. My jumpy heart want Robert. That scares me. He smile and I tremble. I don't know what I am to do. There's been nobody for so long. It ain't right. How come you let them take my mama, my brothers and sisters away? I bet my sister Sophia would know what to do. I wish I knew how to find her. We ought to be together. Where are my brothers and sisters? Michael, Nancy, Sophia, Marilyn. Are you out there somewhere? I need a big sister now. Do you
See her and the others.
Do they look up at the stars?
Do they miss me
like I miss them?
Do they talk to you the same?
Can you see us all at the same time?
Are we hurting all the same? Do you love me?
Do you love them? Do you care for us at all?
Well, I'm going. Pinkster's ended. Time to
plant, we
chop and shear. Well, whether or not my missing siblings are out there, when Robert come next week, you help me know what to say, okay? I hope I see him soon. Next time I saw him, he was being beaten within an inch of death. His master forbid him visiting, but he came anyway, just for me. He was sick. He come to comfort me, but his master found him and set upon him, whipping and kicking his bloody face with a horrible sight. It seemed like God don't love us at all. Master Dumont tried to stop it. He stopped him killing, but my Robert never came back. Life didn't feel the same after that. I mean, I was grateful to Dumont for trying, but sorrow, sadness weighed me down. I lost the energetic spirit that had propelled me through my chores.
Come over here, Belle. I have news for you.
About Robert?
No, Robert's gone. You know he's gone. You're never going to see him again. Lift your head up. I know you've been grieving his loss, but I'm going to fix your problem.
How?
Well, rather than mourning his loss, you shall have a man of your own. Come over here, Thomas. You and Thomas shall raise a family. We need more hands on this farm. You two will produce a parcel of field workers. We could even sell some of those extra children to finance more land and equipment.
Extra children.
I know you had a feeling for Robert. I offered a generous amount, but his master wouldn't sell. Thomas here is a fine man. You two will have strong children. And I'll even let you off early, an hour tonight. And in the morning, you could have an extra hour for the breeding process. The good Lord says, be ye fruitful and multiply. You know that, right?
Yes, sir. I didn't heard that.
So you will obey this word. You will be fruitful and multiply.
Yes, sir.
Tonight, you may lay together until full sunrise. Won't that be nice? Now, don't waste that time. I expect to see a lot of little brown hands run around here very soon, before the year is out.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll give you a moment to talk.
You're the worstest snitch I ever seen.
I know y'all don't like me. Master Dumont, the only one I need to worry about liking me. I don't want no more whippings. I guess since we're going to be close, I have to warn you. I do have a really big scar on my back. It don't hurt much long. There's nothing rubbing against it.
That's almost as bad as mine.
Master Dumont did that to you?
I've been married before. Don't know if you know that. Diana was my gal. She was torn away, same as your Robert. These scars come from trying to find her. Grief was eating me up, worrying about what they do to her. Pretty gals ain't safe around rough men. Them worries in my head gnawed on me. I had to find her. I wasn't running away. I was running to her. I found New York City. Met nice free colored there. They gave me a place to stay. I looked as far as I could, but nobody could find one woman in a big place like that. Slave hunters found me before I found her. They beat me till I couldn't breathe no more and dragged me back. All these scars for nothing. I never found her. I never know where she went or how is she. I still think about her. Sometimes I see her in my dreams. I sometimes think of looking for her again, but I have no way to find her. She might be killed or sold south. She might be sold 3-4 times by now. I got no way of knowing. No way to find her. I tell you just so you know, I get how you feel. If I could get your Robert back, I would get him for you.
You been married?
Yeah, I heard that. Master Cato married him off the same way we just got married off.
It ain't right. He was my only friend. Only one who ever wanted to be with me. Only one who ever liked me.
People would like you here if you stopped squealing to Dumont. I don't dislike you anyhow. You're kind of skinny, but your face ain't bad. And your body is great.
I better finish shearing the sheep. Sun be setting soon.
But he said we could stay and talk. Belle, Belle, where are you going? Come back.
I heard some of you talk about being lonely. You don't really know what loneliness is. All those years without a friend, nobody to talk to, and then getting stuck with that man. Well, that's what happened when you're a slave. As a woman, that was my job, was breeding. So I did. Tried to get along best I could. Not like there were any other options. But one day when I was in town, I met a man. He was talking about options. He wasn't talking to me, but I heard him. It made me nervous. The baby's crying, but I can't soothe it because this jumpy feeling inside of me won't let me be still.
Where you been? Baby's crying.
I've been thinking.
About what? I'm waiting.
I can't tell.
Dumont's Golden Girl snitches on everybody about everything.
Not this. Tell him would make him mad.
You can tell me.
You?
Why not? You can trust me. I can't trust you, but you can trust me. I never tell.
You know those men I told you about by the church?
The Quakers?
One of them talked to me. He say New York Manumission Society want to free the slaves. All of us. What you think that means?
Don't know. So you ain't tell Master Dumont you was listening to abolitionist talk?
I wasn't listening. I just heard it. Master Dumont hate abolitionists. I promised I wouldn't go near them. I broke abolitionists. I broke my promise. If I tell, he'll be angry. If I don't tell, he'll find out. Oh, he'll see I've been disloyal.
You reckon abolitionists can change the law and make us free?
I can't reckon either way. I'm scared.
How are we going to find out if all you did is listen?
Quaker man, give me some papers. I ripped and buried them, dug a hole and covered it with a rock.
Why are you so scared? Oh, that's right. You still think Master Dumont is God.
No, I learned different. But how'd I know if nobody teach me? Nobody explained anything to me when I come. Gertie and Master Dumont, only ones that ever talked to me.
That's because you spilled everything to Master and got us in trouble.
I didn't mean to.
Well, I know that now. But when you started here working yourself to death, you soured everybody against you. Master Gab all the time about how good and strong you is.
Mama, I'll bet. My mama, she tell me work hard, always be good, loyal and obedient.
Well, you is that for sure. And you is strong. I guess she taught you right.
I miss her something awful. I had a big family once. My brother Peter was about the same age as our son last time I seen him. I pray for him, afraid I won't ever see him again. Nancy or Michael. I remember stories Mama used to tell me about how the slave traders traded them away, yanked my brother out by his ankles, locked my sister away in a box, and they wasn't ever heard from again. They was sold before I was born. When my dad was crippled and blind, couldn't work no more, wasn't nothing I could do for him. He loved me. He looked out for me. I couldn't help him. Quaker man knows slavery is wrong, but what do free mean? My daddy died a free man, a man with no clothes, no company, no food. Free should mean something more.
At least you had a family. Mom, dad, brothers, sisters. I don't got nobody like that. Diana, the only one ever loved me.
Every time I kiss our baby Diana, hear her laugh, I feel the same fear that haunted Mama till her death. When will my baby be stolen away? Quaker man say families should stay together. I think that too. You ever heard them talk?
How would I hear them? You the only one who gets to go to town. Master Dumont like you.
Because I'm loyal and obedient. If he found out I wasn't, he wouldn't like me anymore. Oh, he was proud when I told him about the abolitionist talk last time. He say, never listen and tell him if I ever saw anyone listening. Now I'm so scared I don't know what to do. I wasn't listening, but I couldn't help hearing. If he find out he'll be angry, maybe he'll sell our children. Oh.
He won't.
He could. Law say they're his property. I gave birth to them. I feed them, but they're his.
Maybe next time you should listen. Learn what it's about.
I don't know. Will there ever be an end to this hurt and fear? What would it look like? Will there be justice on this earth? Feels impossible.
Master Dumont don't split up families. And he like you. Diana will be fine.
Remember that day he married? He talked about extra children. Sent a shiver down my spine. What if he decides tomorrow Diana is extra?
He won't.
How do we know? My ma used to talk about God. He sit up there, he know everything that's going on. I want to believe the bad things in this life can change.
Hoping and dreaming is just a waste of time. You see these scars? This is what hoping and dreaming gets you. All that time spent in prayer, you still here, same as me. All that working you did and tattling on everybody, what good did it get you? We were born slaves, our parents was born slaves, we're gonna die slaves. That's just the hand we've been dealt.
Daddy!
Hey, Gertie.
Where's your banjo?
Why?
You gotta sing the song with your banjo on your knee, the one you brought from the city?
What you talking about?
My friend Ella remembers it better than me. Ella, how does that song go? The one we heard at the party about the banjo on your knee? Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. Come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. We gotta sing that at my birthday party. Sing it from the beginning, Ella. It rained all night today, I like the weather, it was dry. The sun's so hot, I froze to death. Susanna, don't you cry. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. Oh, come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. 'Cause I'll come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. I've come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. Oh, Susanna.
Enough, Gertie. I'm getting tired of that song. Sing something else, would you?
I don't want to sing anything else. I like the song. Oh, Susanna.
Then go sing it inside. I'm tired of hearing it. It's going to echo through my head all day long. Besides, I have work to do. Enough singing.
I like that tune. But those words stupid. I ain't going to no Alabama. That place death to me. Canada is where I'd like to be. Yeah, forget Alabama. I'm going to Canada. I'm on my way to Canada, that cold and dreary land. The dire effects of slavery I can no longer stand. My soul is vexed within me so to think that I'm a slave. I'm now resolved to strike the blow for freedom or the grave. Righteous Father, wilt thou not pity me and aid me on to Canada, where colored men are free?
For you history buffs out there, the year is now 1817. The flag of the United States of America has 15 stars and stripes. It hangs proudly over Master Dumont's home. But the group of white men clustered around it reading the newspaper are not feeling proud. They are crushed.
Cousin Dumont, who's that man over there?
Solomon, that's our neighbor up the road, Isaac Van Wagner.
He one of those Quakers?
He's our neighbor. That's all you need to know. What you reading over there, Mr. Wagner?
Big news in the paper today. I'll bring it over.
Mr. Van Wagner, this is my cousin, Solomon Gedney.
I do therefore establish that slavery shall cease in New York State by July 4th, 1827.
Let me see that.
Negroes over age 40 are an expensive burden of very little value to their owners.
By releasing them, our nation can flourish, embracing the humanity of all people.
How can they do this? The government has no right to take my property.
Well, the act abolishing slavery is law now.
Won't be law for 10 more years.
It frees all slaves over 40 now.
They can't do this.
Slavery is wrong. America is meant to be a meritocracy. Besides, this law only frees slaves over 40. How many truly good workers do you have at that age?
They can't take my Belle away from me. Nobody works as good as her. Some don't work too good, but I still need their help. I can't afford to pay anyone. I'm barely making ends meet as it is.
Kids born from your slaves ain't freed till they 28. As long as she keeps having babies, she'll stay. Won't be much use after that anyway.
Oh, you don't know how strong she is.
We can change the law or go south. There's still plenty of money to be made in the slave trade. You could sell your darkies south and make enough money for you and your family to start over again.
But New York's my home. I don't want to leave. This ain't fair. I treat my darkies good. They get food and shelter and clothes. What else could they possibly want? This system works good.
They crave freedom, education, the right to make their own choices.
I take good care of all of mine. I don't whip them unless they need it. I know some people abuse their slaves, but not me. That kid who followed Belle, he got a bad deal. You saw what Robert's master did. I tried to help him. New law was supposed to protect against slave abusers, not take away good workers. How am I supposed to keep this place running without them?
If Belle is happy, she won't leave. This law makes a freed slave like an indentured servant. There's a lot of us who came to this country that way. Working towards freedom is the American way.
How do you know they'll stay?
People are inherently good. God put his spirit into each one of us.
There you go again.
Man, I wish I could read. That piece of paper got power on it. Thomas, you free now. That's what that paper says. I heard him say it. That's law now. Go on. Head, you free.
No, I ain't.
I told you that piece of paper says you're free. Every man over 40 is free now. You can find your Diana.
Dumont the master, not a piece of paper.
That piece of paper is the law. It brings justice and freedom. You don't have to worry about strikes no more. You're free. Come on.
No.
Why are you such a coward? You have a chance at happiness. Live. You want to die here cold, lonely, and broken? Go. I wish I could go. There's no one to stop you.
There's master and the slave hunters. I told you, I've been through it. I ain't doing it again. I'm staying here. I'm too old to go through that searching again. Ain't strong enough to work for food like before. What'd I do out there?
Look, I'll talk to him myself. You'll see you're free.
Not till he says I am.
Master Dumont?
Yes, Belle?
That paper, you reading after the fireworks? That say all men over 40 is free now, right?
That's what the paper say.
Thomas, an old man. That mean he free. He wouldn't believe me. He free now. That paper say so.
No, he's not old enough.
He over 40, that's what the paper say.
That law only frees men too old to work. Thomas still got work in him.
But that paper say he free. Master Dumont. Master Dumont.
Don't you be getting uppity now, Belle. I run this plantation. I say who goes and who stays. Thomas ain't old enough.
Paper say every man over 40. Thomas is over 40.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Oh, yeah? How are you going to prove it? I say he's only 38, and what I say goes. He's 38, and he owes me 10 more years of work, just like you. You won't be freed until 1827, and every child you give birth to stays right here until they're 28. Diana stays here, and that baby you're carrying stays here too. So there's no sense in either of you two making plans to leave. You're happy here, Belle, aren't you? I don't mistreat you.
But the laws say, Master Dumont, you're not being honest. Maybe I can't prove it, but I know and you know Tom is supposed to be free. Give him his chance at happiness.
He can be happy right here. You know what I'm going to do for you? I'm going to give you that cabin over there. That's going to be your home. You and Thomas going to stay there.
You tell the truth?
Only Granny May is free today. The rest of you got to keep working 10 more years.
In 10 years, Master Dumont, I'm taking my freedom.
All right. Come out, all of you. I'm going to make this clear. Granny May is relieved. The rest of you got to labor until 1827. That's the law. After 1827, good workers like Belle here, they'll get something special. Belle and Thomas are going to own that cabin right over there. And it's going to be their own property to pass down to their children.
My own home.
Everybody here who works as hard as Belle and has 4 or 5 more children will get a special reward. In fact, if Belle keeps working as hard as she's been working, I'm going to give her freedom July 4th, 1826.
Really, Master? You're going to free me early?
You have my word on it. You work as hard as you've been working. July 4th, 1826, you'll be free. You can move right into that cabin there. I might even help you get some curtains.
Curtains for my own? Wow.
Now get to work. Let's see who can earn freedom fastest. Right now, Isabel and her 3 children work harder than all the rest of you. Watch her raking and binding. You see how fast she works? That's what I want from all of you.
My hopes were high the night before freedom, July 3rd, 1826. I was chopping so fast, I sliced my hand right open that year. It didn't heal up, but I kept going, working toward freedom. I kept after my 4 children, Diana, Elizabeth, Peter, and my new baby, Sophia, named after my missing sister. But I couldn't let childbirth slow me. I had freedom on my mind.
Ella, be careful. You'll split that hand open again.
I am being careful, but I got to hurry. Freedom begins tomorrow. I got to learn to make curtains. First money I get, I'm going to town and picking my fabric. Which color?
Bella, you're not free until he say you are. Stop getting ahead of yourself.
You heard him promise in front of everybody. He said, I've earned my freedom because of all my hard work. God looks after those who stay loyal, obedient, honest, and hardworking. Mama always said so. This is our freedom time. Get ready to pack.
Pack what? I don't own anything.
Well, you got to be ready because freedom coming. I want to be ready. I want to be ready. I want to be ready to walk in freedom on my own. I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be ready.
Just shut up.
I'm going to be ready.
Just shut up.
Bring freedoms in my home.
Just shut up.
Oh, my goodness. I'm telling you, I'm ready. I'm rejoicing. I'm dancing. I'm making curtains for my home. My mom never had a home, and Palm Free never did, but I've got mine coming. My children will always have a home. You hear that, them fireworks? That's my freedom. Master Dumont, can I speak to you a minute?
Sure, Belle. What's up?
I have leave to go to town tomorrow, sir.
Sure, soon as you finish our breakfast. What you need in town?
I want to have a look over the curtain samples and find what I can get. How much money we gonna have?
Belle, what are you talking about?
About the cabin you said you was gonna make sure we...
What cabin?
The one over yonder that you promised.
Oh, Belle, that cabin's been sold.
But you promised it to me.
Belle, you know I had to sell that cabin. I didn't want to, but the harvest has been low. I don't have the money to pay you or a cabin to give you. I wish I did. You're a good worker, but...
You promised in front of everybody. You said that you were giving that money.
You're not free until 1827. That's what the law says. You are my property and you do what I say.
But you said...
Down. Don't make me use the whip, you proud, stubborn, ignorant darky. You know nothing. That cabin, your life, his life, all on this plantation is mine to do with as I please. You didn't keep your end of the bargain either. You slowed down.
I did not.
You did, and you damaged my property.
What property?
That hand.
Oh.
You think I didn't notice that?
I still worked every day. I wrapped it so the blood wouldn't stain.
You slowed down, Belle. If we'd had a good year, maybe then I could have freed you and given you the cabin. But it's out of my hands, Belle. You slowed down. We had a bad year. I can't give you that cabin. I'm sorry.
Sorry? No freedom. No money, no house. You're sorry.
I didn't really say you'd be free or that I'd give you the cabin.
You know you did.
I said if. I thought things were going to stay flush. I hoped they would. I needed that money to see us through the next 2 years. We're in a bad spot, Belle. I would help you out if I could. You understand? Belle, after you finish milking the cows and cooking breakfast, head up to the north pasture. Them sheep need sheared. Maybe after you get done spinning that wool, there will be some money left over to help you get a house.
Why was Belle angry? I don't think I've ever seen her yell like that.
Oh, Gertie, we're in a fix. I don't have the money to buy you the fabric for that yellow dress you wanted. I don't know how we're going to make it through next year.
I've never known a woman with this much spunk. I told her not to get her hopes up, but she had her own ideas. As soon as she finished spinning that wool, I find her creeping out at night with our Sophia strapped to her back. Belle, it's the middle of the night. What are you doing? Where are you going?
I'm getting my freedom. I done cooked this breakfast, sheared a sheep, spun every last skein, 100 pounds of wool. I'm taking my freedom for you. Yank it away again.
He's going to come after you.
I know.
You'll get hurt.
Probably.
Belle, this is serious.
Yes, it is. I've been loyal and obedient long enough. That man is not honest. I should have known 10 years ago when he wouldn't free you. I'm not going to keep bending my neck so he can keep his foot on me. You heard what he said. I've earned my freedom and I'm getting it now. While I'm still young and strong enough to enjoy it. I still got life in me.
Belle, don't do this. Stay here. Stay safe.
Ain't gonna let nobody turn me round. I won't stand being lied to no longer.
Belle, don't go. Come back. You're going to get us all in trouble.
I got my freedom. He said so I took it. I left. Me and Sophia. Out here in the fields, past New Monts, enjoying the sunshine. But I'm just not quite sure what to do now. I got a few hours before he realized I left and come after me. I'm real tired of walking. Baby's starting to fuss. Let's take a little rest. Well, Sophia, here we are. Don't know where exactly. Yesterday, Elizabeth kept asking where I'm going. I tell her I'm going to freedom. But now, where is a good question. I reckon God would show me. Mama bet that's your grandma. She all the time talking about God his. There's no sense in running. He's going to find me, us. I want to show I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid, but I'm tired. I am tired. Dear Lord on high, where should we go? You see all things, you treat me wrong. Justice I seek, I come to you. Look up there. That house belonged to one of them abolitionists, Quakers. We're gonna go there.
That morning, Isaac and me had 3 unexpected visitors at our quiet house up on the hill. To be honest, the last was a bit expected, but his anger was not. I'd never seen our neighbor Dumont so angry, so bitter. Our first visitor told us such a heart-rending tale. Isaac and me were not quite sure what to do about it. We hadn't figured on anything when neighbor Dumont came storming up to our door, horses panting, banging angrily.
You harboring my black fugitive?
Good morning, neighbor Dumont. I am honored by your visit.
This ain't no social call, you cowardly Quaker. I'm here to get what's mine. Isabel, you coming out, or I gotta come in and pull you out?
Please do not shout. I have a young visitor.
That's my property in there.
My visitors are God's property. God alone is master on earth. Remember, a man cannot serve 2 masters.
I ain't here for no preaching, only to reclaim my property. You bring her out now or I'm bringing the law.
God's law is higher than man's law. Come, have a seat. Would you like some lemonade? My wife made some this morning. It's nice and cool.
Well, I guess.
Here you go.
My wife does fair work in the kitchen, but this place requires more upkeep than the 2 of us can manage alone. I'm thinking of possibly hiring a cook, a housekeeper.
So you want to make a deal about my Isabel? That what you're saying?
Did you or did you not promise to free a slave woman known as Isabel on July 4th, 1826?
So that's what she told you.
Lower your voice, please. We're just having a discussion, one man to another, with God's truth in the air above us. Did you promise Isabel her freedom and a log cabin on this date?
Well, I may have, but she's still my property. You have no right to take her.
I didn't take her.
Well, you're harboring my fugitive, ain't you? She came this way. They told me she went to you.
I met a young woman this morning who relented to me how she had been denied her promised freedom. She struck me as a very truthful person.
Well, yes, Isabel's always been truthful. But can't you see, I can't do without her. We had a bad crop last year. I got debts to pay, and she's the best worker I got. I need her, and she's mine. Now give her back.
Are you a man of your word?
She didn't keep her word. She injured herself. She didn't rake as much as before.
Did she keep working?
She didn't stop, but I know she slowed down some.
Is it her fault that you had a bad year?
Well, maybe.
Did you explain your position and work out a system of remuneration? Did you give her the promised log cabin?
I would have given it to her, but I had to sell it.
So everything she has told me is true.
Fine, it's all true. So what? She's my property, and you must return her to me. It's the law is on my side.
Seems like a discussion needs to be had. You're welcome to stay for dinner, if you calm down. Hot anger will not bring amicable resolution.
I don't need no amicable resolution. I need my property back.
I wouldn't hand you a dog in your current mood.
Then I'm coming back with the constable. I'll have you arrested for harboring my fugitive.
You have corroborated her testimony.
Who's talking now?
This is helping a free woman.
It's my property until next year. That's the law, and you know it. She's not free until I say she's free.
You already said it.
Can you prove it? She show you manumison papers with my signature on it?
From what she told me, she has many witnesses to your statement.
Only slaves. Property can't testify in court.
She is not property.
Well, her word ain't worth a damn in court, and you know it.
You will watch your language in my house, Mr. Dumont, or you will leave.
So that's it. You're going to waste my time and money in court with lawyers, all for nothing. You know you're going to lose. You don't have a case.
I believe we can come to an amicable resolution without the courts.
How?
You say you had a bad year. You've been hurting financially. You've got debts to shed. I'm not a wealthy man, but I've saved up a little, enough to hire some help. What will it take to procure the labor of the free woman known as Isabel to compensate you for the loss of a good worker? I have $20 here. I happen to know you owe 15 at the feed store, and you will be needing fertilizer. This 20 will cover that. You need this more than you need to hold a free being in bondage. A woman with courage, intelligence, curiosity. Manumission papers first, John. I have learned you are not a man of your word.
I don't have none with me.
I have paper. You write legibly and sign it. That will be good enough between us. Remember, I am a gentleman and I will testify in court if necessary. Make sure you backdate to July 4th, the day you promised.
Now give me Sophia.
I don't have anyone else.
The baby. Her brat. She's my property, too.
What use to you is a squalling infant?
She's mine. I could sell her.
She'll die without her mother's milk.
So?
So you are planning to murder an innocent child?
That baby is my property. I can do with it what I want.
You can't separate a nursing infant from its mother.
Law says I can, unless you got another $20 for her.
That's ridiculous. She can't do any work. If I hand her over to you, she'll die.
No, you can't kill my baby.
She's mine, you thieving rascal.
You promised me my freedom.
I didn't say nothing about her. She's mine. She got to work 22 years for me. Now hand her over.
I got to feed her.
Then you'll have to come back with me.
Settle down. Isabel, you are a free woman now. You are all under one master, God. You trust in him, don't you? Put Sophia down on the table.
But
do it, nigger.
No name calling, please. Let's all take a deep breath and consider a fair fate for this child of God.
Darky bastard.
She is not.
Is her father living?
Yes. He was too timid to take what was owed him.
He was loyal and obedient, like you used to be.
Yeah, I used to be, until I learned you are not a man of your word. You cheated him, you tried, still trying to cheat me, and now you want to kill my baby.
No, we must be calm and rational, Isabel. I think you should leave.
Not without my daughter.
She's mine.
Cool down. Sit back in your seats. Take a breath. I don't have $20. Even if I did, I wouldn't pay $20 for an infant. I do not buy Isabel. She is a free woman. I buy her labor. I cannot buy the labor of an infant. I'm a Quaker, We do not believe in buying and selling people. But I will consider $5. It goes against all my principles, but I see no other way to resolve this quandary. I am willing to give you this in exchange for her life and liberty. This may seem a paltry sum, but consider if you take the child. She will do nothing but cry and die. She won't live long enough to work. In 2 months, you will have nothing but a dead baby. Now, if you take this money to the feed store, you can buy some fresh seed. $5 will be a greater benefit to you than a dead baby. Contract first.
You can't free an infant.
You can add a note to Isabel's paper. The paper, please. And I also release her infant child, Sophia, into her mother's care, and henceforth renounce any claim on her.
That's not fair. Her daughters owe me 22 years of work. That's the law.
But if you take her now, you won't get 22 years of work. You'll get a dead baby. Sign and date it. I will sign as witness.
I can take her now?
Now she is legally yours.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Oh, God, do live in this house.
Yes, there is a God. He hears all. He sees all. He knows all. You and your baby are now free forever.
Really? Truly free?
That's what the paper says. Go on and read it.
She can't read.
You are still welcome to stay for dinner.
No, I better be getting back.
What about my log cabin?
I just lost 2 slaves. You get nothing.
You promised me the log cabin.
You were supposed to stay and work on the farm. If you stayed, it would have been yours.
Don't lie, John. You sold the cabin.
It would have been hers eventually.
Apparently, you are not a man of your word. So why don't we leave things as they are so we can part as friends?
You call a slave woman friend?
Yes. I call this brave, courageous, and free woman my friend. Why not?
You plan on kidnapping the rest of your kin? Or are you buying her whole family?
I cannot afford to.
Well, I'll say Diana, Elizabeth, and Peter owe you more years of work. I know you need help. I can't feed them all. Don't have a place for them to stay. I can be content if we can visit sometime. That okay, Master Isaac?
Isabella, you are a free woman. You can visit anytime you don't need to work. Anytime it's okay with Mr. Dumont. I'd like you to stay and help in my home for the rest of the year, in return for all the money I just shelled out. Buying and selling babies don't sit well with me.
Well, I reckon that's all we got to say to each other then.
Goodbye, Master Dumont.
Mr. Dumont, God is your only master now. You may take the rest of the day to rest. Tomorrow morning, you'll start working in the kitchen before the rooster crows.
Yes, sir. Freedom, Sophia. We really in freedom now. You will never know the evils of slavery. Never have your back striped with the lash. When you get grown, they can't take your babies away. You won't never have holes in your heart like Mama did. Baby. We will keep this family together. Dear Lord on high, I know you're there. You've heard my prayer. I can't believe it. I have no words. I have Sophie. I'll teach her well. I promise. Oh, how to thank you, I have no clue. My life's my own. Well, not quite. As you helped me, please help my kids where they are. Oh, guiding star, well, you help them as you've helped me.
So, Miss Isabella, how's it feel to be free?
Miss Isabella. Nobody ever called me that.
That's your name now.
You heard what that said.
Every word.
Where's the papers? I want to hear what they say again. You read.
You want me to read it to you?
You mind? I want Sophia to hear them. I want freedom to be her first word.
Freedom is what our government is based on. Our Constitution says all men are created equal. This is what it says here. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty, establish this Constitution for the United States of America. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Can you repeat that slowly, please? I want to learn every word.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, so that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Miss Isabella was a wonderful worker. I suppose we're the only Quakers who technically own slaves, but we never considered them our property. More like an employee whose salary has been paid in advance. I would have felt better about it if we'd had money to pay her personally, but we had only food to spare, not extra income. Isaac shelled out a lot of money to pay for both her and the child, but they were a blessing to us. She had such a hunger for knowledge. We spent many evenings together. Wasn't long before we'd settled into a routine, but it was clear she wasn't quite happy here. I found her crying often. She worried about the 3 children left behind in slavery. I wish we could help more, but there's nothing else we could do. After a few months with us, she seemed to grow despondent with loneliness.
Dear Lord on high, I feel alone. Freedom's lonely without my kids. Diana, Peter, Elizabeth, how are they now? Wish I could go. Pinkster? Pinkster, it's Pinkster time. I can feel it in my bones. Only good time on Dumas. Them drums always remind me of Robert and the way he touched me. Whew. Drums are calling. I've got to go. Master Isaac be mad if I leave now, but I ain't seen my little Peter since harvest. He might get to forget what I look like. This place too quiet, too strange. I need my family. As soon as I finish my chores, I'm going. I feel so stifling here. Don't it, Sophia? That's the new word, Master Isaac. I mean, Mr. Isaac taught us. He was talking about the heat, but that's how I feel inside about this house. They spend hours praying here. This house be so quiet. No laughter, no dancing. Everybody be happy at Pinkster. I got to be around happy folks, my own folks for a while. Peace and freedom is good, but I need a sprinkle of joy. You can't stop me. I'm a free woman now. My soul aching to get out and dance, join my family. Master Dumont coming. I feel it in my bones. We're getting out here. We're dancing all night. Come on. Come on. God, I didn't know you were so big. You don't want me to go. I won't go. I got it. I'm afraid to say anything to you now. I was being selfish, thinking of leaving Sophia here because my arm's too tired to carry her. Ain't right to run off on Mr. Isaac. I guess you're remembering now all those promises. I told you I was going to be good, but I kept cursing and using that pipe. I did mean to be good. I never did know you were so big. Now I'm too scared to say anything. I'm scared to move from this spot. I wished I had somebody to talk to you for me. Your anger burning like ready to strike me dead right here. You too mighty a God for me to talk to. I wish I had somebody to talk to you for me. Somebody I could plead to who would take away the anger of that God. I see another face, a kind face, a gentle hand reaching to me, almost like my daddy's, but I don't know you. Feel like I always known you, but who are you? You speak to God for me? You tell him I'm sorry? That's what mark on your palms and that gash in your side. Are you? I know, but I don't know you. Don't go away. I want to know you. Please stay. Is that you Mr. Isaac was reading me about the other night? I never knowed you was real like me. The big guy there really your father? You don't hate me, do you? You make it so he won't hate me either, won't you? I promise I won't go against you no more. I don't want him mad at me. I'll do whatever you want me to do. I'll stay right here if you say so. I won't that big guy there mad at me no more. I don't. He could take my life away as easy as blow away the flame of a candle. You stay by me, okay? I'll stay right here. Mama! Elizabeth, I'm so happy to see you. How are you, Diana and Peter?
He been sent to England.
England? What do you mean?
Mama, I'm sad. I cannot tell.
Tell all you know.
'Twas weeks ago. Dumont had debts he could not pay. There was a man who came one day.
What man? Who is he? What's his name? Where are you from?
I don't know all. Named Simon G.
We got to find him.
I have to go. The sun sets soon. Diane is sick.
No more. I can't take any more sorrow. Thanks for telling me about Peter. I'll be praying for healing for Diane.
It was a nice day for a walk. Just wanted to visit you and Sophie. We miss you a lot.
We miss you here too. I'll talk to God about Peter. God's so big. I met him this afternoon. He see everything. Keep praying. He'll find a way to write this. Then my baby left, and I was simmering with rage. Righteous indignation, Mr. Isaac calls it. I couldn't wait for him to get in. I had to find some way to get my son back.
Miss Isabel, what's wrong?
He's got my son.
Who?
Some man named Simon G. who's planning a trip to England.
Simon Gedney? But that's impossible. Slaves can't be sold out of New York. They're guaranteed freedom here.
Dumont sold him. I'm going out of my mind. I don't know what to do. Thought my children were safe. Dumont ain't never sold none of us before. He wouldn't have done it if I was there. I should have stayed and protected them.
Sit down. Let's try to think through this calmly, rationally. Now, I can't buy Peter back. You and Sophia cost plenty. You were an exception. I can't keep doing this.
I've got to protect my son. I can't go around with holes in my heart missing babies like Mama. He named after my missing brother Peter. Now my Peter missing? I got to see where he is. I got to know he's safe.
I have business in New Paltz. I plan to wait till fall, but I can go tomorrow.
Would you?
This house needs a lot of upkeep. Flour needs grinding.
I will do all of it. Please, just see if my boy all right. See if he need anything. I don't want him to go so far.
I don't see how we can stop him from taking the boy to England, but I can check on him for you. I know the Gedney family. They are a God-fearing family. I'm sure he's fine.
I hope so. Minutes, hours, days pass with worry, eating me up inside. Where is Peter? It seemed forever before the horses trotting up the walkway tell me Mr. Isaac returned. Did you see my son? How is my Peter? Is he hurt? Do they treat him nice?
Isabella, sit down.
You're frightening me.
The news is not good.
He's hurt.
Just listen. I made the trip straight to New Paltz.
He wasn't there.
Gedney had gone. He left the boy too young, he said. Peter was sold to Solomon.
Where's Solomon?
I sought him out, boys sold again, this time down south.
Where down south?
Alabama, planter Fowler, a wedding gift.
How do I get to Alabama?
It's several days' journey, and not safe for you to go alone.
I got nobody to go with. I can't just sit here. I gotta do something.
Isabel, it's out of your hands.
I'm getting him back, and he's not leaving my hands again.
Where are you going?
I'm going to my prayer spot. Time to have a talk with God. Dear Lord on high, I hurt so bad, a slave for life. That's laid down there, what can I do? You see him too, you see my boy, is he hurt bad? I asked Dumont. Everybody I knew, they mocked me. Nigger boy, ain't nothing to them, but he's nothing to me. He's everything to me. He's so young. I done lost my brother Peter. Don't keep my son Peter lost. My boy's supposed to be free at 28. New law promised that, God. In Alabama, they keep him till they kill him. How do I get him back? I feel you now, your strength inside. You say don't cry. He will not die. Don't be afraid. He's not alone. Your help is near. You're everywhere. Yes, you do care. You see him now. You see my boy. He's not alone. Dear Lord on high, are you out there? I'm waiting here. I feel so scared, hurt and confused. What's going on? Where is my ma? Where is my pa? I'm all alone. Are you out there?
They sold me to Dr. Gredney, to England bound he set a ship, then changed his mind, said I'm too young, away again to Solomon, away again, this time sold south. Don't understand what's going on. I miss my ma, I need a home. Why can't I stay with my mama? Or with my dad, Diane and Liz, that I must go to Fowler Man. He used his whip, it hurt me bad. Will I stay here or leave again? What's next for me? You got a plan. Seem like you don't, not one for me. You done forgot my name, Peter, Isbell's my ma, Thomas my dad, Sophie my sis, remember yet? I wish you would, I wish you could, maybe you can't. My mama said that you look down, I pray, remember me, and send some help, could you do that? Well, I must go or face the whip, this is my life, remember me.
When Isabel came to stay with us, I got a real lesson on slavery. Scars on her back from a beating received at the age of 9. Not a stitch of justice in that. Her warped hand would have healed if anyone had cared to treat it in time. The ordeal with her son was the worst. People round here don't believe Negroes have a right to their children. They treat black mothers the way we treat swine. I assure you, Isabel is just as attached to her children as you are. It took nearly 2 years to get Peter. The new law made the sale illegal, but no one cared. Hiring lawyers to take her case took money I didn't have. She had to move upstate and get a new job. Nothing would stop her. More than a year passed before the case was taken to court. Eventually, the boy was retrieved from Alabama. The courts chose his fate. Isabel, I have a special delivery for you.
Mama!
Peter, my baby, what's wrong, Peter? Give me a hug.
I can't, Mama, it's my back.
Why is it bleeding? Heavens! He look almost bad as I did at Neely's, maybe worse. Oh, Peter, my baby. Look what they did to my boy. He's bleeding through both shirts. Look at his back. Oh.
I see now why you fought so hard to get him back.
I'm going to keep fighting till no children is sold. This ain't right.
I'm all right, Mama. You should have seen what they done to Miss Eliza. Sorry if the words I said in court hurt you. Master Gedney said I had to pretend I didn't know you, or he'd give me the worstest whipping of my life.
Dear Lord on high, how could this be? My little boy back torn to shreds.
I'm all right, Mama. I prayed like you taught me.
You did?
I tried to remember.
Dear Lord on high,
dear Lord on high,
you heard our prayer.
You heard our prayer. You rescued me.
You rescued him. I have my son. Peter is safe. Protect the rest.
That was my last year with Isabel. Peter was freed for life, delivered into her hands as promised. I witnessed her 2 youngest children delivered from slavery, but her 2 older girls remained enslaved with Dumont. Isabel found better paying work upstate, but she couldn't find a place for Sophie. Employers refused to house that rambunctious toddler.
I had to send Sophie away. I couldn't hold down a job and care for both children. At Dumont, she had 2 older sisters to watch over her.
Don't worry, we'll take care of Sophie. Bye, Mama.
I set out to earn enough to get a home for all of us.
Not really sure where our home is. Mama, Sophie, and me lived lots of places. Nobody wanted to take in a servant with 2 kids. Sophie wasn't old enough to be anything but trouble. Life in Kingston ain't too bad. Better than Alabama. Mama say we in freedom. I'm not really sure what freedom mean. My daddy died the same year he got his freedom. Isn't freedom supposed to be fun? I had enough of hard work down south. I'm gonna go have me a good time.
Gossiping around town brought news of Peter's exploits, stealing, lying. He wasn't a bad kid, but Alabama changed him. He became a problem.
Dear Lord on high, I need you now. Peters have grown trouble, follow him. I taught him right the best I could, but he don't heed that boy's in need. I did my best, ain't gone good enough. He steals, he lies, I'm scared for him. I met a lady at the church, says NYC's the place to be. There's good jobs there with more money. I'll build a home, my girls be free. They'll live with me. That seems like best. A home for all. Come on, Peter, it's time to go. That boat's for us, cross Hudson Bay. Diane Elizabeth say go, my Sophie's safe. But Peter's not, so NYC's now's the spot. We'll take our shot. So this is New York City. I don't like it. I've never seen so many folks, all strangers here. Too much cooped up, so crowded, dirty, noisy too. Is NYC the place for me? I'm not sure about this place, but we got to focus. We got a plan. You're going to get some schooling, and I'm going to get enough money to get a house. Miss Whiting's supposed to help us. But how are we ever going to find Miss Whiting and Miss ginormous crowd?
Hi, Miss Whiting. Did somebody call me? Are you Belle? Right this way. The Magdalene Society is waiting for you.
Come on, Peter.
5 Points District, this way. We are so glad you've come to help us.
Wait. Peter's disappeared. Peter, come back. Peter, where are you?
Belle truly was a wonderful worker, just like I was told. But that boy of hers was something else. Every time she'd turn around, he's sneaking off somewhere. New York is a dangerous place for a boy like that. Too much trouble for him to get into.
Peter's in school. I guess that's good. I got a job. I found a church. This AME from a black man. Like me, ex-slave, I like it there. This woman especially so nice, always makes me feel like I've come home.
Oh, welcome to Mother Zion. Tell me your name again.
Isabella.
Well, welcome, Sister Isabella. My name is Nancy. This is the place for all who hunger and know the Lord.
Well, that's definitely the place I want to be.
I love New York. There's always something interesting going on. But on August 25th, 1831, the buzz around town was not excitement, but shock, sorrow, and distress.
Danger! Danger! Diabolical tragedy. Whole families, father, mother, daughters, sons, butchered in their beds.
Mr. Levi Waller, his wife, and 10 children, all murdered, piled in one bleeding heap on his floor.
Who could do such a thing?
Negroes. 200 runaway devil slaves led by Nat Turner. 30 families destroyed. One girl hid in the fireplace, witnessed the slaughter of her whole family. 62 killed in all. Most of these women and children. The monsters attacked at night while the masters slept.
Now you know what the evil has been released in our state. Free the slaves, you said. Now we've got them running around loose, ready to kill us all.
This was in Virginia. The Negroes here I've worked with are not dangerous.
Still, this proves those Negroes can't be trusted. I told you not to let them into your homes. Now that you finally see the danger we're all in, never forget it. Keep your weapon at your side. Never leave home without it. Never turn your back to a darky. We need to keep these people from gathering together, or this insurrection will spread. Grab your weapons and join me at the courthouse.
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child.
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home. A long way from home.
Sometimes I feel like I'm almost done.
Sometimes I feel like I'm almost done.
Sister Isabel?
Yes? Who's calling me?
We are workers of the mustard seed kingdom. Our creed is truth. They tell me you are a good worker. I am Prophet Matthias. If you seek truth, you should join us.
Well, I am a seeker of truth. I'll labor the Lord for sure.
I sure was sad to see Belle go, but even sadder 2 years later when I kept hearing her name in the gossip about a holy man who died under mysterious circumstances. Apparently they wanted to throw all the blame on her.
Did you read this article? Isabella the Negro Witch, poisoning Evangelist Pearson, Prophet Matthias, scandalous commune.
Isabella a murderess? Impossible. She's worked for me for years. Those are slanderous lies you're selling.
I'm a lawyer. You bring me proof and I'll review the evidence.
Dear Lord on high, I'm waiting here My name slandered, they call me witch. I'm not guilty, you know that's true. What do? I live for you. Help me, exonerate me.
Come, don't despair. The truth will set you free. It's time to go see the judge now. I'll walk with you. It will all be okay. Don't worry.
Reviewing character references from John Dumont, Isaac Van Wagner, Mr. and Mrs. Whiting. I find the newspaper guilty of slander. You must pay damages to Isabella in the amount of $125.
Hey, you Miss Isabella?
Yes, I am.
From Ulster County?
Yes.
Speak Netherlands? You speak Dutch?
Yes, I remember how to speak Dutch.
You ever met a man named Humphrey?
He was my dad.
My dad, too.
You my brother?
You know Mama Betts?
Mama! Elizabeth called Mama Betts. James called Bromford. Natalie, Peter, Madeline. Oh.
Sophia.
And Michael. Nice to meet you, Isabella.
Oh, here I am thinking to get a home so I could keep my little piece of family together. I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, to my daughter Sophia, thinking of you. She lived with her sisters. You know what happened to our brother Peter?
Nope. We never met Peter.
Oh, I ain't never heard or seen him since the first time I was sold away. He was sold away too. Don't know where, but I named my son Peter. I ain't ever forgot Michael, who heard the sleigh and hid.
Yes, I was. How do you remember that?
Mama taught me. She grown for you all the days of her life. She talked about you always. I remember your name, even though we never met.
You heard about Nancy?
I think I do remember her, Nancy.
Nancy, our sister, too. Was, I should say. She passed on. I came in for the funeral. Sophia told me she thought she could find you, and I wanted to come see you before I get back to my family. I got a long road ahead of me.
Nancy was nearby?
Yes. She lived in New York for a long time. She went to the Zion Church. I thought you went there, too.
I did.
But did you ever meet Nancy there? Maybe there were many Nancys.
Only one I remember. She was tall like me, dark like you, one red dress.
Shoes were blue.
Not a big prattler, humble and kind.
We touched hands, so like mine. How she looked like my mother. Oh, I wished I had known. This ain't right, shouldn't be alone. Should have grown up together.
Laughed together.
Talked together.
Played together.
Sung together.
Prayed together, eaten together, helped each other.
I miss Mama.
Mama missed you. They died so alone, each one alone. Oh, Lord, why did slavery do such dreadful things?
Elle was inconsolable after that night, knowing she'd been with her sister and never recognized her. They'd lost forever the ability to catch up. After so many years apart, they only had a few hours together before Michael and her sister Sophia had to leave. Her daughter Sophia was back on Dumont's. She lost another home. I tried to get her to come back with me, but she refused to go backwards. Told me she needed to find a way forward. She turned away from the warmth of our fire. She walked out and kept on walking.
Dear Lord on high, I feel confused. My children's grown, gone and left Peter at sea. My girls married, no one for home, no one but me. So long I tried to make a home for my family. No one want me. So where I go, what shall I do? What happens next? You tell me, Lord. Please, God.
Jesus, it's me. Can you hear me? I need your help. My wife is sick. We need a nurse. No one's around. They all busy. No one helps me. I fear she'll die. Please send help soon.
Go west? What you mean go west? Where west? What I'm gonna do there? You don't have nothing else to say, God? Well, I suppose that's half an answer anyway, better than no answer. Westward I go, you tell me so. I let you lead my life anew. My baby's grown, can't get them back. Servant I'll be to only thee. The city's bad, such thievery. Westward I go, your truth to know. I've got my fare, a ferry ride, my life reborn. Who shall I be? Who am I? Isabella Watts, not Hardenberg, Neely Shriver, Dumont, not Van Wagner, not the witch they called me. I'm a different person now. I need a different name. Abram and Jacob and Simon got new names when they served the Lord, but what name fit me? Sojourner me, I seek the truth. Sojourner truth, that's who I'll be. Sojourner truth seeks justice, and sojourner truth preaches about God. Sojourner truth has seen the Lord. Sojourner truth will earn her keep. I'll travel, preach, and teach the way, avoiding sin. Follow your guide, I'll make this world a better place. Just show me now which way to go.
Hey, you!
Me?
Yeah, you. I don't know you, do I? Sure I do. I've seen you before. You belong to John Dumont. He your master, ain't he?
God is my only master. His name is truth. My name is truth. Sojourner truth.
You Dumont's girl!
You might have known me before, but you don't know me now.
Wait, don't leave. I'm looking for help. You want a job?
I'm about the Lord's work.
I got a sick wife. Needs care. Don't the words say comfort the sick? She's near death. I need help.
I am a servant of the Lord. Lead the way, sir.
Diana? Diana, is she okay?
Yeah, I think maybe, I don't know. Get Sophia to help you. I'll be with you in a minute. Mama has lost her mind. Miss Whiting say Mama just up and quit her job, her home. She just left. Told some old lady her name wasn't Isabella no more. Said she going west. That's it. No reason. Just up and left. I wanted to go find her, but I had two of my own kids to take care of. And nobody knew where she went to. I've been worried sick. Then this other guy say Mama took good care of his wife, nursed her back to health. He knew her from Dumont, so I knew it was Mama for sure. He called her a miracle worker. That's better than what they was calling her in New York. Somebody else told me she showed up at a prayer meeting and sang a powerful song, stunned everybody. Now that sounds like the Mama I know. Maybe she's not crazy, but I'm still worried. Can you imagine a woman at her age wandering this country alone? She's over 40 years old. I have no idea where she is or how to find her. I wish she'd come home.
You're Diana, right? Sojourner through your mom.
I guess so. That's what I hear she's calling herself these days.
Gave a great speech last month. I heard she's preaching again on Tuesday, up the road a bit. You can ride with me if you want to hear her. Everybody's talking about her. The whole state of New York is talking about her. You coming?
I don't know. I think I gotta stay here with the kids, but thanks for letting me know.
Hey, which way did they go? I want to hear this lady. How did we get there?
You'll have to wait until next month, March 13th, for Becoming Sojourner Part 2. Speaker, singer, activist.
Thank you, cast. You've done an amazing job. In the lead role of Sojourner Truth, then known as Isabella, we had Roxie Robinson.
Thank you.
Laverne Baker played Mama, AW2, Sophia, and Nancy.
Thank you.
Lynn Coghill played John Dumont.
Hey.
Peter Verhage played Isaac Van Wagner, Prophet Matthias, and William. Lee Carroll played Maria Van Wagner and Mrs. Whiting. Gabriel Griffin played Neely, Solomon, and the lawyer. Kyman King-Smith played the auctioneer, the reporter, and the judge. Abby Noggle played Gertrude Dumont, and her sister Ella played Ella. And Connor joined the cast as our sheep. If you have any questions or comments for the cast, feel free to unmute and ask them. But make sure that you know Prime Stage Theater is also presenting a Sojourner Truth story starring Delana Flowers through February 26th. You can watch it online. I will paste the link into the chat box if you'd like to see a different version. And I'd like to take a moment to recognize Peter and Lynn, who have both performed in 6 plays in 9 months. Kyman has participated in 5, and the girls have had roles in 4.
Woo! I want to say thank you to everyone who has showed up. I truly appreciate your support. It is very loved.
Way to go, guys. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah, wonderful job. Wonderful directing. Wonderful job.
Good job, everyone. Good job, Peter.